Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream today. We are back on Le Mans Ultimate as we have been a little sporadically this year so far. It's our second race of the year on LMU, and we are at the wonderful Imola circuit for it is round 4, but as I said, only second race that we've done of the series of GT3 Sprint Series. 45-minute race coming up. 2 times fuel usage, so we will have a pit stop. But yeah, should be quite interesting. Looking forward to this race. Again, we're in the Chevy of the more difficult cars at the moment, I believe. Certainly has been a bit of a challenge. But yeah, we have a grid of looks like 31 people here for this race. As with Interlagos, I imagine it's going to be quite challenging, quite tight. Certainly can see how tight it is through the times in practice. Let's switch on over. Welcome. Yeah, it's been bit of a tight. Okay, it's a bit spread at the front positions, but then it's been quite very tight midfield. Certainly have to sort of be on the pace, can't be sort of leaving any time on the table, otherwise you will just hemorrhage positions. As we've seen at Interlagos, we had 4 drivers covered by about 15 thousandths of a second. Unfortunately, we were at the back end of that little group. How different that race could have been if we made those few, if we started those few places higher up on the grid. But yeah, we're about to get into qualifying. Imola, quite difficult, especially when you're running some of the more aggressive setups, it should be said. You've sort of got quite a couple of corners that you're turning in from quite high speed. You're just sort of having to maybe slightly tap the brake on entry and can very easily unsettle the rear, cause the rear to spin round if you're not careful. So we'll have to be a little bit careful, but probably needs to be a bit careful. And you did give up time rather quickly. Let us head out for qualifying. Oh, it looks like we're like the first pit box at pit entry. That's annoying. It's a bit of a long pit lane here. Yeah, we don't quite make it to the end before the light goes green. And of course, we'll have to make sure we have strategy, the pit stop set up before we come into the pits, because we'll certainly not have any time to do it in the pits. So out for qualifying then. Let's see, you've got high track grip conditions, 24 ambient, 37 track temp. So just trying to get the tires up to temperature. So then first flying lap, tires still on the cool side. Careful with the bump on that second curb. I mean, this lap isn't going to be representative. Yeah, I did think I shouldn't have done there. Turned into aggressively. Yeah, that's a great start to the session. I'm going to put 6 laps in, because we're not going to have time for sort of 2 stints from here. So we'll just do 6 laps. Any more than that, I think the tires will start getting off a little bit too much. You know, and you'll have then, when the tire's at its best, you'll have a lot of fuel on board, since it's 2 times fuel. Oh, great start to the session. Speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. Thankfully, we're not too limited on tires. We've got 4 sets and we'll only need 3 sets. To do 2 quali runs and a set for the race. Of course, everyone doing laps at the moment with tires a bit more up to temperature, so yeah, we're going to need a couple of laps before we can see where we're actually sitting pace-wise. Probably could have braked later for Paratella there, but of course tires still cool, so doesn't matter as much. Don't spin the car this time. Are we using 7% of energy a lap? That's a lot. That's more than I was expecting, to be honest. So this isn't even 6 laps of fuel that we have on board. Rear of the car just sliding a little bit through the left-hander there of Pertella. Surprised the game lets us wave that much of a cut on the second apex. So 1.1 seconds up. Still could be 2 seconds off the top time, but where's it go put us? 18th. Okay, nearly half second up now. That was somehow better through Pertella, didn't feel good. Three-quarters of a second up. I don't believe that purple middle sector. I'm just learning to trust the car a little bit more. Not a great exit of Ravazza too. Still 8.5 tenths up. Where will this put us? P5. Was not expecting to be that far up, gotta be honest. Yeah, it seems like the rear is sliding around so much. Yeah, so that lap was sort of just right on the rotation. This lap, just been a little bit too much on it. A little better, slightly better through Pertella, ever so slightly. More time there in Aqua Minerale. Yeah, it's just hard to be consistent, I feel like, with this setup. I want to do a lap of race practice here. I don't think I'm going to go quicker, so I just want to feel safe. Rear is all over the place. And we're going to try pit entry here. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually thinking instead. I don't trust this setup enough, not nearly enough to race this. I am just going to go to the safe setup. It's gonna be a little bit slower, and I haven't done any laps with it. But yeah, let me just compare the two a little bit. This one has a lot more of a fuel ratio. I'll reset it back to normal one. Yeah, I did not expect to be P6. That lap just hooked it up, but I don't have the confidence in the car to do that consistently. And it's like one wrong move and you're going for a spin off the track. It's too risky, so it is. So then, waiting for start of the race. Of course, still a little bit of time. People on final laps could drop us down a place or two. Looks like everyone is done, so P6, third row of the grid, a little bit nervous. Should mean we avoid sort of the issue we had at Interlagos, where we sort of got held up, just sort of wrong place, got backed up, and lost a few positions that way. Should mean we avoid that. Right. I just need... Oops. I'll just do the fuel calculation mid-race. It's not ideal, but yeah. To be fair, Imola is one of the higher tracks, so it probably will be closer to 100. I think it's going to be a 26 lap race based on a lap time of a 1:43.5. I mean, if every lap averaged a 1:43.5, it'd actually be a 27 lap race by like a few seconds. Of course, slower race start, the pit stop will avoid that. Oh, the pit stop does take out a lot of time. It maybe could be a 25 lap race, but
Formation lap has started.
It will likely, I would say, be a... I think it's more likely to be 26 laps. Outside for entering the first chicane. A little bit nervous for this one. I'm not sure I'm going to have the pace going to the safe setup, but we'll try our best.
Green flag, green flag.
They'll lay on the shift from first. No car on my left. That's a real aggressive move. No, we'll run the outside there. Little surprise to go, track warning there. So I think one car, the car on our left, didn't start on the grid, started from the pits, so we've technically lost 2 places. Yeah, there's more understeer in this setup. too much understeer in this setup. Also, I can tell my frames are far from smooth 75 at what I usually play at. Can drive the final corner this time. Alright, got a lap car in front of us. That's better. That's one of the cars that's in front of us off. I feel like maybe turning the ABS down, but feels a little bit risky. Come on, car. Yeah, I've got quite the train of cars behind me. .8. What line was that? Game could not make up its mind there whether it wanted to give me track limits or not. I'm seeing the harsher track penalties from the latest patch. Good exit, we needed it there. Oh, come on. This car's just awful to drive. Lexus has much more straight line speed than the Corvette in front now. Corvette's gone in front of us. That's back up to P6. Lexus had a run there, but didn't have anywhere to go with it. Rear tires are overheating, but tire wear, the fronts are much worse off. Like, the pace hasn't been too bad. But I just don't like the car at all. It feels understeery. It feels so front limited. Where the other setup is like, oh yeah, you know, it turned in so nicely to corners. Oh, Lexus has a big wobble. Look how little we gained on Lexus having that big wobble. There's the Mustang that went off ahead of us earlier in the race. Catching back up to us. Lambo, usually a very quick Lambo in a straight line. Fortunately, we're just out of the slipstream for the Lexus. Because that Lambo is certainly coming at us very quickly. Like even just the run it has here. .26 for pit, lap 14. So 84. No pressure from behind. Oh, Mustang behind, spun it off the exit curb. Very first pit box. I hope we don't have to sort of get held up by someone coming into the pits as we go. Someone's going one more lap. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's just a second lost because of annoying timing. Oh, McLaren ahead got a stop go. Well done them. So we're we'll see at the end of this lap. We're looking at about 6.9% a lap is our target. And that should be relatively easy. So we have two cars in the pits in front of us. The Fry is coming towards pit exit, but we'll beat them out, so we are P4. Ferrari must have cool tires. Car looks very twitchy. .67. Yeah, that's much better. And we're saving a little more now, so we don't have to save as much once the McLaren catches up to us. That Lexus has got out of traffic again. They're 6 seconds back. At least every time we've picked up a track warning, it's been 0.25. McLaren continues to close in, a few tenths per lap. Didn't get track limits that time. McLaren just about within slipstream range now. We're keeping up with the Porsche 2 in front, which is good. Well, that's a bit more that time. Lexus personal best last lap. They're really pushing. Was that contact? We're still catching the Porsche. If we get a bit of slipstream off the Porsche, it'd make things a little bit easier. This is the closest McLaren's been so far. Certainly no lifting this time. Turn, please. I don't know what that Porsche is doing. Not looking at what cars are around them, that's what. Four laps to go. I'm not sure if we can push flat out just yet. The understeer. No, we can't push flat out yet. Three laps to go, 21.5% of energy. We are parking the bus so hard right now. Oh, the Lexus is so close. Oh, Lexus just flipped the back of me. Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, I don't think I was holding on in front of the Lexus, but the McLaren I probably could have stayed in front of. Oh, that's a little annoying. Yeah, we're good to run to the line. I mean, honestly, the car felt crap throughout that race. The my driving didn't feel great. Um, and that was still a P6. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, that was a result much better than I was thinking was ever possible. To be honest, in this race, it could have been P4. We definitely got lucky with other circumstances. Yeah, I mean, what we had the Corvette spin, we had the Mustang spin a couple of times. The McLaren got the drive through. So really, I mean, that maybe should have been more P9, but I mean, it could have been P5, maybe could have been P4. Uh, um, yeah, uh, I don't think I have to say that was honestly one of the least enjoyable races I've had. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel confident. Just kind of felt a little bit nervous throughout the whole race. Was sort of shaking a little bit. And yeah, you know, as always, I always felt like I was on the back foot. I was always trying to defend and hold position. I was never attacking, trying to go forward like we were in Brazil. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that was a enjoyable nor fun race, but that's the result was good, I guess. But yeah, yeah. Strategy was good. Um, yeah, I mean, maybe, I mean, always sort of argument of should have put a couple more percent in just to do a bit less fuel saving in that second stint, would have made the difference. I don't think so. Um, yeah, I don't think so. I think the McLaren would have caught us and put us under pressure to the end anyway. Yeah, that's a tough one. Not from my perspective, not entirely a fun one. Didn't enjoy the driving that much. Um, but the result was good, I guess. Um, yeah, but I don't race for results. I race to have fun and have a good time, and yeah, that wasn't fun. So, mm. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. Um, I'll be back next Tuesday for a supercar series, a series I'm enjoying much more than I enjoyed tonight. We are heading to Long Beach, so we are. Tighter, more narrow street circuit should be interesting. Will be a big challenge. But yeah, should be very interesting. Looking forward to it for the penultimate round. And yeah, if I return next week, I don't know if I will. I'm very 50-50 on this series. It's Coda National next week. Not a great track. Didn't enjoy the first time I drove it, which is the only time I've driven it. Um, so yeah. Um, we'll see about that one. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all both for chatting and lurking. Thank you to anyone else who was lurking too as well throughout stream, and thank you as well to those watching the VOD back. Hope you enjoyed that race, even if I didn't. Yeah, hope it was enjoyable to watch. But yeah, until next time, have a good weekend, everyone. Hope you all have a good weekend. Good start to your week on Monday. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.